Hello, welcome back to Average Gamer Plays Factorio. Now I'm back in my megabase octagon structure. I have fixed the train stations on these smelting arrays. I do like the idea of mining. There's a lot of copper there and I don't really want to lose it, but it's kind of in the way. I might set up just still have the, let's have a look and see what it looks like if I just build the railway lines going over. How much of the array will be lost? Let's do that on the remote control. How much of the array will be lost by just building the railway line over that? Because then I'll have, if I just build another smelting array directly off here and just have this top half of the blueprint copied, I'll then have 2 iron and 2 copper, because that's a copper one, plus 1 more iron and copper up here. So that'll sort of even everything out a little bit. Now I've got this blueprint there. Oh, it doesn't block out an awful lot of it, and then when I put the mines down on top of it, where are they going? That's interesting. Must be some remnant of some blueprint left over there. It's just placed some signals down, I think. That's very curious, isn't it? Don't remember where they came from. Anyway, right, so what we can do, when we put a mining drill down over there, it actually sort of drills 1 tile extra around where the mining drill is, so it's going to drill the ores, I think, that are under the railway line, and it's just these few bits at the edge that won't get mined out, so I'm happy with that. So if I go to my blueprints, I'll have to move this into out of miscellaneous because it's the only one in there. Right, we'll have, if we have that going that away. Yeah, because of where the railway line is, I can't get that to exactly line up, but it's still going to sort of mine out most of it. And, you know, I could even set up an extra couple of miners on the other side and have some undergrounds going through there. Right, let's get rid of these trees so that I can see what I'm doing. That's a remarkably straight line, isn't it? Eh? Come on. Do I not have yeah, remining drills? Oh, turn the roboport on, that helps. Thought I'd already done that. Right, let's use the Spidertron to get about because it's easier. Right, let's copy all of this down to there. Zoom out a little bit. Now then, let's see where that goes in relation to, let's zoom out a little bit more. So that's going to go around about there. That's sort of in line with all of that. Fantastic when I've got more roboports and the building area is so much larger. Right, so that is going to be copper row smelter output number 2. Let's get back in the Spideytron and use some of Spidey's bots to build some more of this, see how much more he's got. Now I still need to okay, so it has right, so these were the lines coming out of the mine. I'll need to take those up temporarily. It's amazing that it actually lines up. That's a sheer coincidence, really. Right, this one I'll put a splitter on there. I'll have that go that away. I'll chop a couple of these trees down and tidy these lines up in a minute. Do I need some of these power poles? Not really the end of the world, is it, if they stay there? Right, so I've got some of these. Got those in there. So once these start getting more speed modules and whatever, they should start filling up a little bit more. Let's see if my trains come back with some more modules. Let's just put that on manual. Does it have? Doesn't have any speed modules. I do have some productivity modules. Let's just grab those. Right, so what is the situation then with speed modules at the main base? Let's hop back into there and grab a lift in the train. And go into logistics and search for module. I've got 2,000 prod modules, but I don't have any speed 3 modules. Now, the train for speed 3s is indeed over here, and that should be, if there's less than 250 or less than 250 of those. Well, there's definitely less than 250 of those. So why is it not going? Oh, because it's waiting to see. Right, it should be waiting to completely empty, but this one is turned off because there's already more than 1,000 in the base. So it should be set to wait until it's got 250, or either it's empty or item count, either the speed 3s or the and it's heading off now because the speed 3s are 0. It's either empty, well, I can just change it so that as soon as one of them gets emptied out, it then goes back and refills, and it only stays it only stays in the main base if we've got enough stock of both of them. So let's just see what this does if it fills up. Right, I might change that to be an and. Where is that train? There it is. And now we're unloading, and these are going straight into storage in... Oh, they're going onto the building train. That's good. And then these are now going into main storage. There we go. That's what we like. So we'll set the limit on this. That should still be going when there's less than 1,000. Yeah, I think 1,000 in stock. It's at the moment it's still going to be fine. Stop that train there. So if I change that to be 500 there. $500 there. That is certainly able to 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So that's going to be right. So that's sort of going to fill up there. I need to make sure that those, yeah, they're still set to 100, 200, 3, 4, 5. They're set to hold 1,000. And that's only set, yeah, actually, I'll change this to be... No, I'll have 1,000 of each, because I think when I look at my blueprints, let's have a look at a large, you know, the row smelter. That's 270 speed, 192 prod. So it's about 2/3 and 1/3, isn't it? And that's still 270, 192. That's 56 and 22. So it's still, I need sort of, you know, more. And then for the 12 beacon design, you know, we need 40 speed but only 8 prod for that one. And for 12 beacon red circuits, it's 152 speed and only 36 prod. So I'll change it so that the speeds are maybe even, you know, 1500 there. And I'll change that to be, again, I'll bring that down to 250. And we want 500. Now, has that used all the modules that were on both me and the Spidertron? It looks like it has. Still need another 90. Right, okay. I'll wait for the train to come back. Oh. Now that isn't doing anything at all, because there was a tree in the way. Don't need those because those signals do it as well. I took up a lot of these the water lines because they were overwritten by where the smelting array went. So let's do something like so that should now link in back to the I'm not going to bother taking up any of those signals because I might break something that doesn't need breaking. Right, let's set up. I've put a tag over on this side to say plastic production using this oil over here. Let's see how... Now, annoyingly, this is kind of right in the middle. And it doesn't give me... I could do... Depend on how many refineries and whatever that I need. But I also need coal. Now, I've got coal there. So I'm using coal there just for the fuel stations. But can I use it... I might set up a second train here, and then we'll bring coal in. There's just 17 million. We'll bring the coal in here to do the plastic production as well. So I'll need a we've got that 18 million. Right, shall I just separate it out? I've got 41 million there, but I don't have the oil. I could use coal liquefaction. Let's delete that. I can't fit the smelting into that area. I've got 41 million coal there, and I could set up a coal liquefaction plant to make the plastic, which is basically just going to be a copy of what I've already got over here. And that looks like it will fit into there. But when this coal runs out, I'm going to have to sort of bring in coal from elsewhere anyway, so I might as well just build it where I wanted to build it and then bring in the coal that I needed. And we're not going to need an awful lot of coal, I don't think. So I might set up another LTN depot with like just 1 4 trains on it instead of 3 8 trains, and use those for smaller items around the factory. I don't think I'll need quite as many lines on the depot, and I will need to populate this with more trains. I've only got sort of a handful of trains on there at the moment. So if I want to have let's have a new factory plastic. On a 12 beacon setup. Now we might be able to get more than 12 beacons around a chemical plant because it's bigger, isn't it? Let's just right, so oil refinery, chemical plant. Let's just wander over here and do some the ghost of that down. One, 2, 3, 4. It may still be that you've just limited to those are too far away. Yeah, I think you're just going to have to do something like, which is 4, 8, 10, 12, like before. Yeah, basically it's the same. Are they the same? Now they are bigger than a an assembly plant, but you can still only get the same number of blueprints of beacons around them. So that is still going to be the bog standard 12 beacon design, isn't it? So we only need 3 of those. we only need basic oil processing to make plastic. So we only need 5 of those. Ah, right. It's over there. Right, so we want 9 oil refineries, fully beaconed with 12, and we want 6 chemical plants. Stick one down, so we have to put the recipe into it. So that just needs oil coming in over there, and basically it's just the petroleum coming out at the top. So that is nice and easy, isn't it? Okay, so let's better. And then we can just have, it's not big enough to get a substation in it, so I'll just have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that'll power everything. Although I could move those out a little bit. That's still got 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then those 3 is 15. I do that, and that is still 15 effect sources. If I then put a substation in over that away, that should power everything. So, beaconed basic oil. Take that down there for the minute. That is going to be an oil refinery. So I needed, what, 9 of those? But even if I put those like as low down as that, oh, it doesn't quite fit. Okay. Let's just turn that off. Should have. Still the occasional rail signal that's missing. Right, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I can get the pipes from these oil things down there to come sort of down here and across. So we're going to have something like that. And then I need six chemical plants. So that is going to come out that way. In fact, let's just do a where is it? There it is. Take that up. Put a chemical plant in the middle. Now let's put an actual chemical plant in the middle. We can set its recipe. We need to add 3 of those into it. We rotate it. Do something like that. And then the plastic coming out, so this is going to be basically 2 belts, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 6. So we have 3 being we have a big line going across there, then a second line going across there, something like that. And now everything is going to sort of come out, sort of that away. And probably on red lines, that'll be fine. So it's going to be a red line, and then it's going to sort of merge onto we'll have something like and then the second line, so 3 will merge onto one line. Three will merge onto the second line. In fact, I'll just take that off. Don't need that up there. I might make these blue lines instead of red lines, but we'll and then we'll have something like I think these might have to be blue because they're going onto a blue line. And then I'll have a station coming in here somewhere. So I'll need a station coming in here to drop off the coal. So we'll have rails in over there. Well, then you can build that. What I'm going to need, let's just put some pump jacks down over here so that I know where they're going to be. So the rail line it's going to be the right to left or the left to right. No, it's this left to right because that... I think I'm going to need a lot more stack of blueprints because I can never quite remember. You know, I need to sort of left to right, bottom to top, left to right, top to bottom. Because I think I'm going to end up sort of changing the blueprint every single time I put it down, and then it's going to end up being wrong, isn't it? What I'll probably end up doing is I'll put down. See, then that is almost too big to fit in there, isn't it? So I'm going to have a short train for this, isn't it? It's going to have to be a 1-4 train. So I shall build this sort of from scratch, I think. Do I just want to have the train coming straight in and then straight out again without a stacker? Right, I'll have a think about that. I need to take a break and I'll have a think about how best, because I've got to work out again how to get the train in here to pick up the plastic as well. So I might have an input along the top, no, an input on the side, and then the train can come in, and an output over here. And then I might have something like how do you rotate? So I might have a sort of line there. And then another line down there. Put plenty of space in between these actually, and then that's just move them a little bit higher up. So one line down here with the train coming in, doing the coal drop off, and the other line coming in with the train coming in with doing the plastic pickup, and they can just both share the same in and out. Where's my train? Where's my rails in? There's my rails in, coming there, and then I'll put down, let's just put a couple of stations in there so that I can actually put so that is going to be coal in for plastic, and that is going to be plastic out, and that'll be a reminder for myself what the stations are going to be for. And then if I need a little bit of a, in fact I can have I set these to be 1-4 trains. I can probably have a bit of a stacker because this is a long enough line. Maybe I can make that line long enough. I can maybe bit of this. So we have that being not got any trains on me. I think the Spidertron's got some trains. One. One, two, three. Oh, I don't think that's going on. One, four. So that's going to have a signal there. A chain signal there. One, two, three, four. Another one about there, is it? And then we've got room for another one. One, two, three, four, five. Just about, because then the other one's going to be down there, isn't it? That'll have enough room on there for 1, 2, 3 trains. That'll do. That'll do. And then they're not going to get in the way of each other. So even if I don't have room for a full stack, and I can make a room for a fourth train if I just sort of move this over a little bit and have this sort of diagonal and linking back into there or something. If I faff about with it a little bit, I can still move this down a few rows if I needed to, but that's that'll work fine, I think. Well, then how much of this can we actually get built then? Still not quite enough. 18, so we only picked up 50 last time, didn't we? Logistics, that should be... So maybe it's the loading of the train at the other end, it's not picking up enough enough modules to actually put on the train. So I shall tweak that. I don't know if I've got enough room in here. I mean, that's 3. 1, 2, 3. Have I got enough space for like a 3x5 grid, and I can put in another processing plant if I arrange everything separately, differently? So we'll have let's turn my Roboport off. Let's get him out of the way there. Let's wander up here where there's going to be plenty of room to play around with. So if I've got 3, 6, 9 oil refineries and 3, 6 chemical plants, how much space does that layout take? You see that? I can squeeze in over there. So I've still got room for another, you know, and depending on what I do with the trains, I mean, there's still going to be a little bit of room for the belts to go in and out, but I've got enough room in this area here to put another plastic production plant down there. I've got enough room up there to put another one in. You know, so even if I do something a bit more funky with the trains coming in, I've got room in this area here, down here, for quite a bit more plastic production, without it sort of getting in the way of. And I could even do lots of plastic production and then just having the lines going into the next block and having the trains. If there's no room for the trains in here, I can just have belts coming under here to unload and then have the train station in this section next to it, or in this section above it. All things to consider. Well, I think I've achieved something today. I'm actually getting some plastic, some production on the go. I'll wire all this up and just sort of switch it on, maybe off camera, and just sort of double check that it's working. I'll just leave it as the one plastic production at the moment. But I fear that for the red circuits, that's all going to get gobbled up pretty darn quickly, and I'm probably going to need 5 or 6 of these at least. So I'll maybe do a blueprint of a I'll do that grid as a blueprint. I think I've still got it up there. This is just for layout. This is all oil refineries. I'll change it to the chemical plants as well. But yeah, making progress. So for now, I shall say, see you next time.